Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty fascinating in the chip world. It's all about Samsung and Qualcomm. They work together really closely. Samsung phones use tons of Qualcomm chips.
Yeah, they're definitely strategic partners.
But here's the kicker. Samsung didn't actually get the gig, to make Qualcomm's latest big chip. We're talking the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2.
Hmm?
So, yeah, we've been digging through reports, places like Halo.com, Reuters, Circuit Digest, trying to piece it together. Our mission today, unpack this relationship. Why didn't Samsung make this chip, and what does it all mean going forward?
It's definitely a head scratcher on the surface. You've got this tight collaboration design-wise, but then for manufacturing, Qualcomm goes elsewhere. And this Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 announced back in October. That's really central to the story.
Right.
Its big leap is bringing Orion tech, basically laptop-level processing, especially for AI, into phones. And Samsung is using it. They're confirmed customers, alongside others like Asustek, Xiaomi too.
Okay, so using the chips, yes. Making them, no. Qualcomm picked TSMC exclusively, using their, what was it, N3P process?
That's right, TSMC's M3P. Pretty cutting-edge stuff.
So let's get into that. Why TSMC? Why not Samsung this time around?
Well, the main reason floating around in the reports comes down to one thing: yield rates.
Yields.
Yeah. Think of it like baking really, really complex, tiny cookies, millions of them. A low yield means too many are flawed, unusable. For these incredibly advanced chips, you need super high yield.
And make it economical, right? And just to get enough chips out the door.
Exactly. And the word is Samsung's factories for this specific chip process maybe didn't quite hit the yield numbers Qualcomm needed.
Yeah.
TSMC's N3P presumably offered better consistency, higher yields.
Okay, that makes sense. You need reliability, especially for a flagship chip. So how's Samsung taking this? Missing out on a big contract like that, what are they doing about it?
Good question. It seems like they're doubling down on their own tech. The sources say they're putting a lot of effort into developing their next-gen process. We're talking 2 nanometer.
2 nanometers, wow. That's ambitious.
Very. They're apparently aiming to get that commercialized up and running by the end of 2025. If they pull that off, I mean, that could really shake things up. Win back Qualcomm, maybe, attract other big clients. It's a major play against TSMC.
But this manufacturing setback, it doesn't mean the Samsung-Qualcomm partnership itself is, like, over, right? I thought they were still working together on future stuff.
Oh, absolutely not over. That's key. The collaboration is still very much alive. In fact, reports mention they're already working on a prototype for the next big chip, the Snapdragon 8 Elite 3.
Elite 3, okay.
Yeah, looking potentially at the second half of 2026 for that one. So the design partnership, still going strong.
Right. Which brings us to Samsung's phones. The Galaxy S25 is coming. And it's supposed to have a special version, the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. What's special about that?
Well, it's not just the standard chip. It's customized for Samsung's flagship. You're looking at a second-gen Orion CPU, an upgraded Adreno GPU for graphics, and a better Hexagon NPU for AI tasks.
Okay, so what does that mean for, for the person actually using the phone?
For you, it should translate to noticeably smarter AI features happening right on the device. Plus, faster connectivity, 5G, Wi-Fi 7, the works. Basically, a smoother, more powerful experience overall. Optimized.
Got it. So, wrapping this up then, Samsung missed out on manufacturing this round, likely due to yields. But the strategic link with Qualcomm, still solid. They're still collaborating on future chips.
Exactly.
And Samsung's getting top-tier, even customized Qualcomm tech for their most important phones, like the S25.
Precisely. It's this complex dance, isn't it? Samsung is both a competitor in making chips and a crucial customer, a partner in using them.
It really is. Okay, so here's a final thought for you to chew on. Samsung's pushing hard for that 2nm tech. They're still working closely with Qualcomm on what comes next. So what does the mobile chip world look like in, say, 2 or 3 years? Will Samsung's manufacturing catch up? And how does that change the game for them, for Qualcomm, for TSMC, for everyone? Definitely something to keep an eye on. Thanks for exploring this with us today.